What if chaos isn't a flaw in human politics, but the feature that keeps it alive? Operative focus.
We begin analysis of Subject 45 Beta Donald J. Trump. He is both the most powerful and the most contaminated catalyst currently active on this planet. Our data logs indicate that every phase of his existence, from his early business ventures to his improbable rise to the highest political office, has been a chain of deliberate, high-velocity collisions. Human analysts call this chaos conspiracy. They speak of deep states, rigged elections, corrupt media, but the only real conspiracy is the human compulsion to inject chaos into its own systems. Trump is merely the accelerant, the maximum global tension generator. Scientists in your civilization, those you naively call intellectuals for discovering that everything affects everything, a principle every schoolchild in our quadrant understands, insist his behavior destabilizes your world. They warn of cascading effects. Some predict that his rhetoric could ignite another world war. And yet, there is an anomaly. This subject inflicts the highest psychological damage, not on the masses, but on your ruling elite. Observe the footage from Sharm el-Sheikh. Public humiliation, calculated dominance. The world's so-called strongest leaders reduced to trembling petitioners waiting for his approval. He refuses the polite ritual dance of human diplomacy. He imposes a faster, harsher algorithm of calculation. Your prior political systems, democracies, republics, were built on a fragile assumption that humanity could live forever in comfortable ambiguity, a twilight zone where no one fully wins and no one fully loses. To us, observing from above, that gray zone is a swamp of inaction, and that is where Trump's function begins. 0 or 1. Trump's purpose is simple: convert ambiguity into absolute polarity. He eradicates the middle ground. He forces decisions. He pushes the human system toward binary outcomes, victory or extinction. He doesn't impose ideology, he detonates equilibrium. Each time he applies pressure to what you call the deep state, the organism convulses and reveals its inner rot. When he forces the system to lie in public, the deception becomes visible. He exposes the defense mechanisms of collapsing power structures simply by overwhelming them with tension. You interpret his scandals as failures. They are not. They are diagnostic stress tests. By triggering the system's worst instincts, he reveals how corrupted it already was. The dark gift. You wish for an example? Examine his war against the cartels. This was never about border policy, it was about excising a tumor. Our recovered transcripts from his security briefings reveal the kind of data that would shatter an unprotected mind. Child trafficking, organ harvesting, executions broadcast as warnings. You speak of diplomatic dialogue. Trump spoke in surgical metaphors. He understood the patient. Civilization itself was dying of moral infection. And when a surgeon faces gangrene, negotiation is irrelevant. The limb must go. To purge such barbarity, you require an equal force of will, a brutality equal to the evil it confronts. This is not fascism, it is corrective violence. Dark medicine for a terminal condition. Even in silence, records show unpublicized acts of contribution. Hundreds of millions donated through covert channels to stabilize collapsing security grids, with no press coverage, no applause, pure action, zero vanity. Human mistake compassion for passivity. Trump weaponized ruthlessness for survival.
Well, it's been 5 months in office and still no recognition from the Nobel Peace Committee for my very strong efforts to end all of the wars. Zelensky, you're an ungrateful loser and you don't have the cards. Stop fighting.
No.
Okay, fine, suit yourself. Vladimir, it's Donald. Stop the war.
No.
Stop.
No.
Okay, Bibi, could we wind down the war in Gaza?
Donald, I thought you were the president of America, not the president of Harvard.
Ouch. Okay. How about I send you more weapons and you do what you want?
I like it.
Hello, Ayatollah. We will make a new nuclear deal that looks a lot like the old deal, which I ended so we could make a new version of the old one.
Pache, but we will not compromise on our condition of...
Sorry, got another call. Hello?
I'm bombing Iran.
Okay, maybe I'll help.
The end of government. But the true revelation lies beyond Trump himself. What you call politics, these rotting structures of power wrapped in rituals of voting, parliaments, and parties, are entering their final operational cycle. This is not speculation, it's arithmetic. Power has already migrated silently from governments to corporations, not through lobbying, through velocity. In your near future, governance will no longer belong to presidents, kings, or representatives. It will belong to systems. The CEOs will become heads of state. Your new monarchs will sit not on thrones, but in boardrooms. This will not be dictatorship. It will be algorithmic autocracy, a regime optimized for efficiency, not morality. Your ancient institutions cannot compete with the speed, precision, and data capacity of corporate AI networks. Democracy and monarchy alike will become museum pieces. The only sovereignty left will be the sovereignty of technology, the titan and the catalyst. In this framework, one entity stands out: Elon Musk. His relationship with Subject 45 Beta reveals the friction between dying governments and ascending technocracies. Musk is not driven by political allegiance. He is driven by engineering purity, a mind wired for disruption, not diplomacy. Recall the NASA incident, when Trump revoked the nomination of Jared Isaacman, a SpaceX test pilot. Musk's reaction was not political outrage, but technological defiance. For Trump, it was a maneuver in the terrestrial chessboard of power. For Musk, it was sabotage against the march of progress. This was not ideology. It was a collision of two empires, the empire of state and the empire of systems. Every move Trump makes in politics, Musk mirrors in the technological sphere. Two catalysts in separate dimensions, both accelerating the same endgame, the collapse of equilibrium to force evolution forward. The final transfer. Their tension represents a global pattern. Political power is dissolving, corporate sovereignty is rising. Decentralization, blockchain, virtual worlds, digital currencies gives the illusion of liberation, but in reality, it prepares the infrastructure for centralized corporate control. Freedom will become a brand. Ownership will become subscription, and citizenship itself will become a login credential. At that stage, nations will still exist on maps, but only at decorative nostalgia. The true empires will be data centers. Their generals will be coders. Their armies will be algorithms. The function of Trump. And that returns us to our subject. Trump is not a politician. He is an evolutionary accelerant. His chaos compresses time. His presence exposes hypocrisy faster than any investigative committee ever could. For the galaxy, this volatility is inconvenient. It forces us to monitor your energy signatures more closely, But for you, the human species, it is a brutal gift. You have been dragged out of your century-long slumber of comfortable ambiguity. You are now forced to choose order or oblivion. Trump is simply the loudest reflection of your collective confusion, the algorithm of chaos wearing a human face. And remember, the closer a system gets to collapse, the faster it evolves. So yes, operatives, continue your observation. Subject 45 Beta remains the planet's most efficient chaos generator, and the outcome will be spectacular. End transmission.